how much? I mean, seriously, there is pricing and then there is pricing. Tonight on Forever United TV, we're delving deep into what Southampton's idea of valuation for Tyler Dibling is. And oh my God, if you didn't read the news earlier on, you're about to get a big shock. There is other news that I want to talk about tonight as well. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. A good thing in tonight's show, which I've just read now, is a great insight from a source at Manchester United as to the approach going into this transfer window coming up. An insight into a signing that Manchester United could possibly be making this summer on the right-hand side as well. Manchester United have also opened talks with Frimpong's agents as well and his representatives over a possible move from Leverkusen to Manchester United. Obviously, we've got news and updates on the injury front as well. A bit of an update on Aidan Heaven. Manchester United about to drop a new contract on the table for an academy player as well. What's happening with Harry Maguire right now after them two cool comments? If you haven't heard about them, I will go through all of that. And of course, along with all of your interactions throughout the show live and after. Obviously, if you haven't watched the show live and are playing catch up, then get your comments in below as well. We're starting with Tyler Dibling. We're starting with that ridiculous price tag. Now, we heard first of all that there were 14 clubs involved, and this apparently has pushed Southampton to name their price for Tyler Dibling, and the Telegraph have run with the report that Tyler Dibling is going to cost any Premier League club, or anyone in Europe for that matter, £100 million to sign him from Southampton. And you all just sit there laughing on your seats, like I did earlier on as well. Like, it's ridiculous. It could have been a little bit, let's just say, made into something that it wasn't, this story. It could have all been just some paper talk or anything like that. But again, it's just going to show you what Manchester United are up against this summer. And this is backed up by the fact that there is reports going around that Tottenham have already bid $37 million for Chris Rigg from Sunderland. They're trying to beat everybody to it by offering stupid prices. Like, what is going on? That's a 17-year-old that's never played in the Premier League, and you want to give his parent club $37 million. This is going to be a completely different transfer window than any other. Now, earlier on today, I was talking about how football clubs, because of PSR, are looking to back themselves in the transfer market by getting younger players in and being able to offload them later down the line at 100% profit homegrown players because they've been at the club so long. Maybe this is why we're going to see certain prices brandished around and sent out to other clubs to bring players in, like Chris Rigg, like what Joe Bellingham's going to cost. Tyler Dibling right now, though, seriously, he isn't that much. There is not. I said earlier on, I think I tweeted out, there's probably 5 players maybe in the Premier League that are worth £100 million right now. And that's up for debate as well. Everyone sees it differently, but Tyler Dibling is not a £100 million player. That is absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous. And we know that they're not going to get that. No one's going to get that for any team in the Championship. And they are a Championship side. It doesn't matter how Southampton try and parcel this up. He's a £30 million player. It's as simple as that. He's not worth any more than 30 million. Someone will pay maybe 40 million for him because they want to get him in, and competition is there for a signing of a player of that quality. I love him. I think he's a great player, but he's not worth that much money. And if it's going to come down to negotiations and to and fro with other clubs and loads of clubs being in, I'd rather not be in it at all and walk away and go and get a player that we desperately need, that we know is going to fit Manchester United and not going to be overpriced. This leads us into the actual section of this show where I wanted to talk about the comments coming from Manchester United. And this is an interesting article. I'll just read it as it is. It's a good piece from United Forever account on X as well. But in this, he says, one source close to Carrington has given some insight to Sean Connolly, independent broadcaster and writer on Football Matters, on Manchester United's approach in the transfer market. And this is what it says. It's a really interesting read, actually. And it probably hits a lot of notes with a lot of Manchester United fans right now. This is not a case of attracting the biggest names in the world football. An individual close to Carrington told Sean Connolly, we need to look past that dated ideology. Manchester United as a football club has routinely struggled to reclaim its identity, but commercially we are generally good. That said, look at some of the deals signed over the past 6 to 7 years. It's shocking. When you look at Patrick Dorgu, he's arrived with relatively low profile for a modest fee, but his ability is anything but modest. And people can already see the benefits of buying into the underutilised scouting department, which is what Manchester United have been doing and scouting well, but the people at the top have just been knocking them back. We've touched on this many a times before, actually. This is a football club that thrives on entrusting youth to play the United way. Roger, and this is the player from Braga, obviously, that we're talking about right now. This is who he's talking about. Roger is a spectacular option for the squad, and Ruben, spectacular. He can play deep, he can play forward, he can play left, he can play right, has an engine for days. It was really easy to link Quenda, and rightfully so. He's another talent, but money is king here. Roger is ticking all the vast majority of boxes, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if he ended up in Manchester. Roger Fernandez, that's the right wing-back at Braga right now, who we talked about a few times about a week ago when we found out that Quenda was going to Chelsea. This is the other option for Manchester United, but this is someone talking directly from Carrington, which is eye-opening on its own, because it is where a lot of us feel Manchester United have been missing out and where we've actually fallen compared to other clubs. This is where we're actually at right now, and when you look at that and what's been said there, Manchester United are very interested in Tyler Dibling. There's another story come out from the same accounts. Jason Wilcox really admires the player. The scouting side of it is great. The communication side of it has been poor, I think, from scouts to hierarchy and people that are the ones making the big decisions at Manchester United. When you look at Dibling, when you look at Southampton's price tag, it's because there is umpteen teams looking for him. So they've just thrown out a stupid price. I don't think United will get him. I don't. I just think there is too much competition right now, and we haven't got the money. We can't compete with other Premier League clubs, whereas we have got the right player there, and he would fit at Manchester United, I feel. Jason Wilcox knows him. That is Manchester United's trump card in all of this, and maybe there is a chance that he can negotiate and convince Tyler Dibling that this is the right club for him. But Southampton don't have to sell, and that's the problem you've got right now. If it was just a few clubs bidding for him, United could probably go all the way, but we cannot keep coming up against that brick wall of someone else bidding higher constantly every single time we go in for a player. So, I mean, that's what you really have to take into consideration when it comes to someone like Tyler Dibling. There is always somebody else ready to go. And like I said before, like Spurs, and apparently they're bidding for Chris Rigg already, trying to beat the summer rush. Chelsea doing what they've done with Quenda. This is now where the transfer window is at. Teenagers being bought for absolute monumental money. And that is the way that football is going forward right now. It's a dangerous, dangerous game. But clubs feel like buying younger players actually gives them an option further down the line, and it's safe money. It's an investment more than a player for the here and now, and he's really going to improve the team. There is no way that anybody knows the likes of Chris Rigg, for instance, just with no Premier League experience. Tyler Dibling, literally first season in the Premier League this season, and he's going to be relegated again. There's no guarantee that them players are going to hit the ground running, or in fact even make it at their clubs. You just don't know what's around the corner. Like Jed Spence, for instance, when he came in for Spurs, they brought him in because he was a young, dynamic player that was doing really well for Nottingham Forest, and all of a sudden Conte didn't like him, but the club had already bought him because of that investment for the future. And luckily for them, now they've got new management there in Ange, who has actually managed to get something out of Jed Spence. But that's a prime example of players just being bought in and then just not used. And that can happen anywhere, at any Premier League club, from Championship to Premier League with the player, and from Premier League to Premier League in terms of the player, like Tyler Dibling pretty much now. I know he's going in the Championship, but still, he is a Premier League player now, and this is what you're bidding on. You're bidding on a player that's had that experience and does look like a real prospect. So that is where Manchester United are at in terms of the competition factor. We do have people in place that can help Manchester United on the recruitment side, but that piece there, which has come out from Sean Connolly, who has been speaking to someone inside of Carrington about that tells you everything. that you need to know with United right now. They would rather walk away from a Quenda deal and go and get Roger Fernandez from Braga. He's the better option, the unsung player. Don't expect United to be going out and buying big names. Now, we have been talking with Frimpong's representatives. That story has also been circulating this morning. Nothing serious, nothing really coming of it. Graham Bailey was the one that was reporting this earlier on as well. We are speaking to everybody, as you'd expect Manchester United to do. But again, Frimpong is another player that's going to cost probably 35, 40 million. And you're looking at Tyler Dibling, that sort of price tag as well. What we came up against with Giovanni Quenda from Sporting, I see it being more of a Roger Fernandez type of signing that's going to come into Manchester United. That's the situation that we're in right now, Manchester. We don't have the money. We don't. Champions League will open up a couple of doors, but still, I've said this before, and I'll keep on saying it now. I don't think even if Manchester United do get into the Champions League, their approach changes in terms of what they're going to do and how they're going to recruit players. It's going to be younger players. It's going to be players that we don't necessarily know too much about. It's going to be players that are sometimes unproven, but they fit the characteristics of what Manchester United want right now, and more importantly, what Ruben Amorim wants right now. And that's where Fernandez fits in at Manchester United. The fact that he's versatile, defensive and attacking, and has got exactly the same, if not better numbers in the same league as Giovanni Quenda this season. That's the type of player. It's not as glitz or as glamour because it's not Sporting. It wasn't Ruben. It's a forgotten Braga side that nobody wants to know about, but that's where you find your gems. That's where you make your money, and that's where you can actually probably sell that player on for more money in the future if you wanted to, because you got him at the right price now because the recruitment was right, and that's where Manchester United are at right now. So again, it's like I'm listening to Frimpong. I don't see it happening. I don't. Quenda has already gone. Tyler Dibling, don't see it happening. United will go for other options, and that's where we're at right now. Tyler Dibling at 100 million is an absolute joke, and United should be walking away from that. United should walk away from a deal worth 40 million for Tyler Dibling. He's not worth it. He definitely doesn't hit that valuation off the back of what he's done. He's a good player and a good prospect. If you're paying 30 million for someone at 19 who has done what he's done this season, I think that's more than fair. But you know what it's like when there's multiple teams involved. Southampton are just chancing their arm here and doing what they possibly can to get the best deal for their star player. He isn't going to want to go back and play in the Championship. In all of this, it will be interesting what pull Jason Wilcox has got in it. That is going to be really, really key in all of this. So let's see what comes of that. Let's see what comes from Jason Wilcox and what he is actually going to do for Manchester United, now being in control of Manchester United's recruitment this summer. He's going to be all eyes on him, I think, with quite a few deals going forward. Frimpong, yes, talks are there. I don't see anything coming of it. I'm just going to be brutally honest. That's just my opinion. I will come to the chat in just a few moments on this. In terms of Roger Fernandez, yes, I can see that happening. In terms of not buying a right wing back, yes, I can also see that happening because you could always play Ahmad there. You've got Kamasin coming through and Mantato. We've said it loads of times. Manchester United are going to promote their younger players as best as they can. Quickly from Graham Bailey as well regarding another transfer situation developing at Manchester United around Marcus Rashford. He's come out and says, as it stands, no decision has been made by Villa or United on Rashford's permanent future. However, Rashford's dedication since making his loan switch has impressed other clubs as well as United. Bollocks. At this point, a return to Old Trafford remains unlikely, but certainly not impossible. Bollocks. He's not coming back to Manchester United. I can tell you that for nothing. That is a load of spiel, that story right there. In terms of the decision that's been made, that is right, but there's no way that Marcus Rashford comes back to Manchester United. I'm not just saying that because I don't like him. I just know what's been said around Carrington and Marcus Rashford's relationship with Ruben Amorim is irreparable. Even Romano has said this. So, no, on that side of it, he ain't coming back to Manchester United. Ineos will not want to pay anywhere near them wages for a player that they have backed their coach on and said he's made the right decision on booting him out. He was sat there on the bench, or not even on the bench, in the stands, in fact, for 2 months under Ruben Amorim. He isn't coming back. It's not going to happen. So that story is complete and utter garbage for me, because I just know what's been said in and around Carrington on Marcus Rashford and what I've been told. And it is of Ruben Amorim definitely giving up on him. So no way back for him, definitely not. And I think that's the right decision anyway. He needs to be sold. And Manchester United can't move forward really without selling Marcus Rashford this summer. As sad as that sounds, that is where we're actually at right now. But there are a couple of updates from Graham Bailey as well on that one. I'm going to come into the live chat on this now, see where everyone is at with everything. Please do get your comments in. Please get your likes in as well. Make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV, everybody. That way you can get involved in the live chat as well. Let's get the competitive nature in the transfer market is forcing teams to be smarter than the competition. The Ineos structure seems to be up to the task. Well, we'll see, won't we? It looks like it is, but proof obviously will be when we start making signings and start making inroads into Manchester United's squad this summer. Super chat in from Sub N. 100 million for Dibling. No one will pay, not even Chelsea. Don't be surprised with young talent from Portuguese league arriving at Old Trafford due to Ruben. I don't think we'd be surprised if it was any other manager. There is great talent in the Portuguese league, as well as a few others. Italy is doing well, right? Germany are obviously knocking out their talented players as well. France is always one hotbed as well. And it's going to be one mad summer. Valuations and value for money is going to be elsewhere this summer. Africa, South America, some European leagues, not the Premier League. What you are going to find is the Premier League is a victim of its own success, and clubs feeling like they have got absolutely world-beating players. And that is where we're at right now with the Premier League. They are actually convincing themselves, the clubs in the Premier League, that they have got superstar players in their midst and they are worth the money that they think they are. They're not. They're really not. They've seen prices go around before. You cannot ask that much money for a player that's unproven. It is impossible. It's laughable. It's a joke. It's ridiculous. It will never, ever materialise. And that is where we're actually at. That's the real world right now. And Southampton, I'm fully convinced, are just chancing their arm with it. That's all. Imagine them two freedom-fighting heroes coming back. Let's have a parade, as in Rashford and Sancho, I'm guessing. Christopher says, everyone in the world, football, no, United are broke. I have heard lots of clubs are not talking to United about players, saying, show us that you have the funds before talking. It's not really the case, to be honest. Manchester United are looking to sell players before we sign anybody. That is all anybody knows. And that is, I think that's realistic. We know that we've got to sell players because we haven't got the money to spend. I think we have got money to spend. It's just that I think Sir Jim Radcliffe is being very, very smart with what he's saying. He's putting the warnings out. He's putting the warnings out for any club coming in for Manchester United players or clubs that Manchester United are bidding on their players. And he's just saying, look, we're not going to be rinsed. It's not going to happen. Definitely not. But look, Manchester United will promote from within, and United will be looking to buy in young players as well as the odd nice little deal, I think, and that is the free market. And we've said this many a times now. We need to be all over the free agent market as well. If there is any quality there, like Jonathan David, some would say Angel Gomez as well, but I think that ship has sailed. Adam, I think the players that come in might not be well known, but 100 million, no way we pay that rough diamond. I think Blue. I'm saying that. I think where he will go. You mean as in Chelsea? I'm not sure what you mean by that one, mate. Or even Manchester City. Let him go there for big money. I get it. It'll be another Jack Grealish. That's what it'll be, especially if Pep's there. We are no longer a cash cow, says Babs. No, we're not, Babs. We're actually holding our own, and we're being realistic. I think that's what we are. We are looking now at these player contracts. And it's interesting because Manchester United, coming from Stephen Railsford of the MEN, has said that Manchester United are now looking to offer Godwill Kokonki his first contract as well at Manchester United. So we're ready to sit down and talk to Godwill Kokonki, another player that United rate and feel is going to. Now he's just turned 17. They're at the negotiating table, and it looks like we're about to sign another young academy player onto his first pro contract, which is fantastic news. Hopefully we'll get the chance to see him, and he's given a chance. But the signs are all there from Manchester United from what we've seen already. Ruben Amorim will give younger players a chance, and if you're willing to work and knuckle down and get to it, then you've got a chance of coming through at United. And if I'm an academy player right now at United, I'm looking at the situation and the finance side of things and everything else that's going on with the club, and I'm going, this is probably my best chance to get into this first team. The amount of players that are going to be leaving this summer, the opportunity and the space that's going to be available for Manchester United in that matchday squad. And we've said it before, like as much as 10 first-team players out of the door this summer for Manchester United, that's a minimum. You've got to be looking at that and going, this really is the right time to be coming through Manchester United's academy. And you've got a coach there that is going to give you the opportunity. For instance, right now, you look at Kokonki, you look at Aidan Heaven coming through, and that's the bright spot. And no longer do we need to worry and talk like we said the other day about Gerard Branthwaite. Manchester United do actually still hold Gerard Branthwaite in high regards and would still sign him. That is with all the reports. But alongside them reports, they're all saying that it's only going to happen if Harry Maguire is sold by Manchester United. And again, we know that Harry Maguire is not going to be sold this summer. Someone's going to have to come in and bid Manchester United at least 15 million for Harry Maguire. I don't see it happening. And I don't think Harry wants to go. I really don't. Now, Ruben came out and said it was a no-brainer in the extension being triggered, which is just a 1-year extension on his current contract. He's never got any new deal, Harry. It's been the same all the way through. And now he's got his extra year on top of that. I don't think United are going to sell him. I can't see Gerard Branthwaite getting anywhere near a Manchester United shirt. I don't think he will sign a new contract at Everton. And I think he'll probably end up going, not this summer, probably the summer after. Although, like I've said before, the World Cup is around the corner. And this transfer window coming up is the last chance that players have got to make that move to impress their coaches, their international coaches. This is their last chance. So you can expect some serious moving and shaking around the transfer window this summer because everybody wants to be part of that big World Cup in the USA. So let's see what happens regarding that. Let's see what happens past this transfer window when it comes to the England squad and other international squads as well. And if Branthwaite wants to get in this England squad with Thomas Tuchel, he's already come out and said why Harry Maguire isn't playing. Obviously, he's struggling in his current team right now as well. And if Harry can't get in for Tuchel, then this is it for Harry Maguire. I think this is his last chance. This is his last tournament. It doesn't look like he is going to. I think Harry Maguire, and this is just a side comment and maybe a subplot in all of this. Now that Tuchel has made his decision on his first squad, is it panicking a few players as to thinking, right, okay, he's looked at the situation where I'm at right now and gone with all of these experienced players and not gone with me. Obviously, Harry's still coming back from injury. So if we get to the end of the season and we get these internationals and Harry Maguire still isn't in that squad, I think he will be. I don't think Tuchel's going to leave him out. Harry Maguire may look at it and go, I can't wait around. Like, this is the last chance. He's going to want to be part of that. And he's not going to get consistent game time at Manchester United. He's not. We know he's not. He's going to be in the squad rotation, and he's not going to be Manchester United's number one centre-back. I think we can almost guarantee that with Ruben Amorim right now, can't we? So, I mean, maybe Harry Maguire's thinking about what's happening this summer. I don't know. United triggered that deal. Harry, we know, is a Man United fan and he wants to stay at the football club, but still, it gets them thinking, doesn't it? That's how I see it. It gets them thinking into like what might be if I don't move, and what will happen if I do. I think that's that's what all players are looking at right now. Going to come into the comments section. Please keep liking the video, everybody. We're over 100. We want 200 live likes on the show. Please do get into the comments section as well. Mr. Dacia Sandero has done that. Every team's success is based on how good the goalkeeper is. And this has to be priority number one, right? Question marks. How many points has Anana cost us? Can we get Bayndare getting the number one shirt next season? It's going to be a new goalkeeper coming in, mate. That's what it's going to be from all of the reports. So let's see how that one plays out. Glazers and Ineos out. These people are destroying our Manchester United. We need our Manchester United back. Glazers and Ineos should get the hell out of Manchester United. It's never going to happen. Never ever going to happen, unfortunately. Let's see what else we've got here. Southampton been smoking something, says Daz Sweets. Smoking more, mate. I think it's a direct injection, to be honest. But look, these are reports coming out of the Telegraph regarding Tyler Dibling. I don't think anybody on this planet actually feels like there is any player that is worth 100 million right now in the bottom half of the table. Is there anyone? There isn't. In the bottom half of the Prem. You're struggling to grab a few in that top half of the Premier League right now, aren't you? Not a chance. For a team that's bottom and is going to be part of the worst ever in Premier League history, unless they get one more win, which is highly unlikely for Southampton. 9 points. They haven't even got to double figures yet. And one of their players is worth 100 million? Shut up. Absolute brain dead. Not a chance in hell that he is worth that amount of money. And it's a scary, scary time if that is what Southampton end up getting. It's pointless even talking about it. They're not going to get it. They're not got a chance in getting that amount of money for Tyler Dibling. Not in a million years. So it's not even worth talking about it anymore. But that was the report going around from earlier on today. And yeah, it's not great. It isn't. It's stupid, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on to more important things. We did just talk about Godwill Kakonki as well. News from Carrington and Manchester United around Aiden Heaven right now is good. He will be in training the next couple of weeks. The report says Aiden Heaven's injury isn't seen as serious as first anticipated. However, he's expected to be out for a minimum of a few weeks. Time frame depends on how he fares in training this week. So back in training, but wanting to make sure that he is 100%. That time frame could change depending on how he reacts to training. That's all. So we know he's going to be back on grass this week, which is fantastic news. We know we've got cover for him right now, but he will be back within the next few weeks, definitely playing. And maybe even sooner, going off what he does in training. But that's the report coming from Carrington around Aiden Heaven right now as well. So that's brilliant news, considering what we were all fearing after that last game against Leicester. The international break did come at a very good time for Manchester United, didn't it? It really did. Also, on the Jadon Sancho situation, we talked about it earlier on. We've been talking about it for days now. But still, it is as it was. Fabrizio Romano has come out again and said Chelsea still plan on triggering that release clause. That buy option for Jadon Sancho at the end of the season, and he will be a Chelsea player for 25 million. Romano is still saying it right now, contrary to reports coming out of Germany that he wants to move to Dortmund, and Chelsea have the option to actually come out of this deal paying that penalty. Let's just see. Let's just see how that one pans out. But again, Sancho and Rashford are going to get nowhere near Manchester United's first team squad next season. That is a definite. I think you can almost guarantee it, in fact. Let's get through some more comments. Q Chelsea coming in for Dibling for 120 million, 300 grand a week on an 8-year deal. Yeah. Silverback Heaven is an absolute gem we picked up. There looks like he's going to cement himself into the squad. I totally agree with that. It's the best news we've had. Him and Ahmad coming back from injury is definitely the best news we've had over the last 2 weeks. It's been fantastic hearing that they could be back and back sooner than first thought. It's really encouraging, especially with the amount of games that we've got and important games coming in. You need players like that have been playing well in your squad. And I think that is really where Manchester United are going to be relying on players like that, younger players, because let's be honest, the players that have been here for time now are not really reliable enough. I think they've proved that many a times. Forget Dibling, bring back Anthony. I want to see him do the spin again. Shut up. This international break has been great for Manchester United. It has. It's not been great for fans because we've had no bleeding football, and it is starting to drag its arse out right now. The thought of United still not playing till Tuesday is really affecting me now. It's like, what? Like, we get through the whole weekend and the day and still haven't played. It's madness, isn't it? How we've waited this long. But like we said earlier on this morning, 12 players that went on international duty are all back and are all fit and injury-free. And what usually happens is we'll play on the Saturday or the Sunday after international break, and some of the players haven't had enough time to come back and fully recover and be ready to play. Good thing for United is that we don't play till the Tuesday night, so we get an extra 2 days, in effect, in Monday and the whole Tuesday for these players to come back. So everyone's going to be back at latest this evening, early tomorrow. In terms of the South American players, I think Manuel Ugarte is probably the one that we're talking about more there. But then he's got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday to actually recover. And United will get some extra training sessions in as well under Ruben Amorim. So we'll have the press conference. I'm guessing it's going to be on Friday. It could even be on Monday. I doubt it, because all press conferences are done before the weekend's action. So be interesting to see when the press conference is this week from Ruben Amorim. But hey, look, it's just good to have Premier League football back again. We'll see how it goes. This is your chance to get your comments in, everybody. Keep them flooding into the live comment section. If you haven't subscribed, you cannot get into the live comments. So please do get onto that, everybody, and get your comments in right now. Once again, if you haven't seen the show from yesterday, we were running with our football prize. We have tickets for the Manchester Derby, the game against Wolves at Old Trafford in the Premier League, all of these, and the home game against West Ham as well, along with 42 other prizes up for grabs, and that is on the link that is in the live chat right now. I've just pinned it up in there. 39p a ticket. It is a raffle. You can win all of them VIP executive tickets to the City game, the Wolves game, and indeed the West Ham game at Old Trafford coming up. Executive tickets with everything included, and another load of prizes as well, including signed frame shirts from the likes of Matthias de Ligt, Wayne Rooney, Casemiro. There's loads. You only have to go on that link and see what's on offer, everybody. Go check it out. That's our partners here on football, here on Forever United TV, football prizes. Go check it out, everyone. Right, into the comments we go. Fernandez and Trincao are perfect replacements for Sancho and Rashford, Adam. Could say. Fernandez is not really a replacement for anyone in terms of Rashford or Sancho, but still, we need a player on that side. Trincao, I think, will do a job for Manchester United and some. And I do think we're going to get better value for money in European football rather than the Premier League as well. And this is my biggest fear, where we would love the young British talent to come through. I'm actually at the thinking right now, do you know what? If we're going to be overpriced, stuff it. I don't care. Let's just leave them there, and let's look at our own academy players coming through and go out into Europe and find value for money and buy the right players. And like that article says that we just read out from Carrington, Manchester United's whole recruitment setup is to find the gems now, not the obvious players like we have done before. It's a scouting system in place at Manchester United that hasn't been utilised. That's the words coming out of the new team at Manchester United right now. It feels like it has been undervalued as such, and we haven't utilised its scouts and what we could bring from it. So that, I think, is key in all of the development going forward for Manchester United anyway. Cunha was the only highlight for the Brazil last night. First time they conceded 4 goals as well. Bad one. Really bad one. Got to watch out for the undercover Liverpool fans in the chat gaslighting our fan base. We are wise to it now. It's all banter. We don't care. We don't care. Let's see what else we've got here as well. Das Sweets is in with another one. Raising our game for the big ones and not the lesser ones. That needs to stop. Well, we just did beat Sociedad. We beat Leicester. We got that done. And now we're looking at some big games. So hopefully this works out quite well for us. Hopefully we will see Manchester United start to perform against the likes of Nottingham Forest, City and Newcastle. All Champions League fighting teams, by the way. So we can't really say that any of the next few games are small games. And you throw in the middle of that the two-legged affair against Lyon. Massive for Manchester United. So let's see how we do fare. I think we are going to be okay. I do. With the squad that we've got and the players that we've got in form, I think Manchester United can pick up a few points. We don't need to be worried about overpaying for transfers anymore. It's nice to have competent people running the club. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Justin. Good comment. Forest play us 3 days after away to Brighton in the Cup. What? Oh, actually, I think that yes, they do play. It's FA Cup weekend, isn't it? That's the situation right now. So it's been squeezed in. I didn't even realise that at the time. It's a great comment there, actually, Don. It is the FA Cup weekend, and Forest are actually in the FA Cup. So they will probably be playing the early game on the Saturday, and then they've got Sunday, Monday, and then they play us on the Tuesday. So maybe they'll be knackered as well. That would be good. I'll double check that and everything, but that does make sense actually because it is FA Cup weekend as well. One thing that does make sense is liking the video because we're only 27 likes away from that magical 200 live like mark, everyone. Also, we are only 51 subscribers away from the 75k mark, everyone. So please do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Be part of the journey. Join the FUTV army, everyone. I don't think Adam would look good with blonde hair. I prefer a party at 100k. Yeah, we're going to have to do something at 100k. Hopefully we get there this year. That is the target, everyone. So by the end of this year, hopefully we're on that silver play. Subscribe, everyone, if you haven't already, so we can get there quicker. Hello, Adam. Hope you're good. I really would love if we could get Trincao and Cunha, but that's not possible with Frimpong on our list. Kind of tricky, ain't it? I think we're talking to we've just got the options open for everybody. I can't see Cunha. I can't see Dibling. I can't see Frimpong. I can see other players. I could see more realistically players like Jonathan David. I can see the likes of Liam Delap. By the way, Liam Delap is on Jason Wilcox's list as well. Obviously, from his time, he brought him into Manchester City in 2019. So he knows Liam Delap very, very well. He brought him through into the academy at Manchester City. So that's another player that our technical director, Jason Wilcox, knows very well. I said it this morning, but I'll say it again. Isn't it just nice to have competent football people in football positions at Manchester United for a change? It is, isn't it? And that, again, like you've got links with Dibling from Wilcox. You've got links with Delap from Wilcox. You've got links with Vivel. It's like Graham made a great comment this morning, actually. Vivel was the one that brought Lookman in at Leipzig as well when he was there. All of that, like all of this history of football and technical directors and directors of football and people actually in the know, football-wise, running our football club now is a massive plus point because beforehand we had bankers. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe was right about that in his interview when he said that this football club and the management was giving too much rope. They bleeding was. They really was. And we are suffering for it. We really are. But right now we are turning a corner. Where is the first leg against Lyon? Adam, it is in Lyon. The first leg is at 8 o'clock our time, GMT. And that is it's not a week. It's 2 weeks Thursday is what it is. So we play Lyon after the City game. It's Forest Tuesday, City Sunday, Lyon away on the Thursday, Newcastle on the Sunday, Lyon at Old Trafford the following Thursday. And then we're into, I think, some lesser games. Wolves and West Ham, I think. A couple more home games to go. But, yeah, the season it really is drawing in to a close. When you can see the table at the bottom there, United only have, like everybody else, 9 league games to go. By the time we get through Forest, Newcastle and Manchester City, we're into the last half a dozen games of the season, and it's all done, finished. Some tough home games for Manchester United. Like West Ham and Wolves aside, yes, you can expect United to win them, but still got City, still got Villa. We've still got to go to Bournemouth, Brentford, Chelsea, Newcastle, Forest. I think there are away games. I think that is it, actually. Forest, Newcastle. We've got Brentford, Bournemouth, Chelsea. Not easy at all when you look at that on paper. The home games are City, Wolves, West Ham, and Villa. Not even easy. I hope it's a nightmare running, really, when you look at it on paper. But I actually think that might actually suit United, having the bigger games coming into the running. I think that could actually do us, to be honest. But hey, let's see. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, Ruben can continue this little mini revival that he's on right now. And yeah, we can only hope. But I'm confident. I am confident. I'll be at the Lyon game. Yes, you will, Babs. I got that message earlier on as well. Thank you. Let's see what else we've got. City are getting slapped. It says Genghis Khan, sorry. Please like and subscribe, says Modern Samurai. Yes, please do. We are going to wrap up the video there. We're about to hit that 200 live like mark. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the show. You're completely up to date. We are counting down the days, literally counting down the days to get to this weekend. And we're nearly there. Everyone is back, everyone is fit, and we're raring to go. Let's see what news comes tonight. I'll be back at 8 o'clock in the morning, everybody. Thank you for all of the likes. Thank you, mods and members in the chat. Make sure that you do, please, go check out all of our links in the description as well for all of our hookups. We obviously have the new retro kit partner as well. That is in the live chats, and that is in the description also. If you want to get some retro Manchester United gear, that's there. Get in there and have a go on that link that is there and get your discount as well. But for now, that's it. Give the video a like on the way out. Subscribe to Forever United TV. I'll see you all in the morning. Have a good evening, everyone.